company Infosys, అక్కడ చాలా interesting policy ఉంది. A principle which they announce to everybody, which is, we trust in God, but bring data to the table. Namaskaram. Welcome to another episode of Digital Village. I am Deepa Kiran, and in Digital Village we look at life and living, emotions, characteristics, our qualities, our interaction with the world, and other such interesting discussions. Today we're looking at the idea of growing trust. Trust is something that we have all experienced. Break of trust is also something quite a few of us have experienced. And yet, we have to go on in the journey of life. So let's look at some aspects, some perspectives, some reflections on trust. A story. Once upon a time, there was a very famous guru who was known for his wisdom. There were two young boys who said, we must trick this guru. Everybody says he knows the answers to everything. Atla. మనం ఒక పని చేద్దాం. They go up a tree and they catch a small bird, the two boys. Then one boy holds the bird behind his hands. The other boy asks the guru, Guru, that bird in his hand, is it alive or dead? So the boys decide that depending on the answer, Guru, bird is dead, ani chepte, they will just release the bird. Trrr, it'll go flying and they'll say, hey, it is alive. You are wrong, Guru. Kani Guru, the bird is alive, ani chepte, he will crush the bird in his hand and kill it and say, sorry, you're wrong, the bird is dead. So they were waiting to see Guru ఏం ఆన్సర్ ఇస్తారు. గ్రేట్ గురు is supposed to be a guru who always gives the correct answers. ఇట్లాంటి ట్రిక్ క్వశ్చన్ వేశారు. The guru understood. He looked at both the boys and he said, the answer is in your hands. This is the story of trust also. అప్పుడప్పుడు అనిపిస్తుంది మనకి కి oh that person broke my trust, oh this happened, oh I cannot trust. But more than anything, the one trust we can grow is in ourselves. How trustworthy we are for other people, that we can grow, and that is in our own hands. Just like the bird. Our ability to grow our trustworthiness, our ability to know whom to trust, whom not to trust, all of that is finally in our hands. This is what I have come to slowly understand from different experiences in life. Trust is very beautiful that we can even give to others, right? If your trust has been broken, I don't think it is something to feel hurt all your life. Of course we feel hurt, of course we feel bad. You know that you gave that chance, you gave that opportunity of trust. But if you keep going and trusting back the same person all your life, then certainly you have to sit and blame yourself. మీరు మళ్ళీ ఒక పర్సన్నే ట్రస్ట్ చేసి ఆ ప్యాటర్న్ చూడకుండా కంటిన్యూ చేస్తే అప్పుడు ఎస్ దెర్ ఇస్ సంథింగ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు క్వశ్చన్. బికాస్ జస్ట్ లైక్ యూ గ్రో యోర్ ట్రస్ట్, ద అదర్ పర్సన్ ఆల్సో హ్యాస్ టు ఎర్న్ యోర్ ట్రస్ట్, రైట్? రాజీవ్ తల్రేజా లైఫ్ కోచ్ చాలా ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ గురించి మాట్లాడతారు. వీఆర్ జంపింగ్ బియాండ్ ట్రస్ట్, వీఆర్ జంపింగ్ టు ద ఆపోజిట్ ఆఫ్ ట్రస్ట్, బట్ వీల్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ టు ట్రస్ట్ ఎనీవేస్. హీ టాక్స్ అబౌట్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ when somebody breaks our trust. So let me ask, has your trust ever been broken? Me answered yes ante, you are among all the other human beings on earth. Everyone's trust has been broken sometime or the other, for some reason or the other. ఎవరికైనా ఫ్యామిలీలో, ఎవరికైనా పర్సనల్ ఏరియాలో, for somebody it is in profession, somebody it is in work, somebody from a stranger, somebody from a close person, different ways. Trust has been broken. Rajiv Talreja uses a nice word and he says, just because your trust is broken, don't go into trust coma. అసలు నేను ట్రస్టే చేయగలను, ఐ కెన్ నెవర్ ట్రస్ట్ ఇన్ దిస్ ఏరియా, ఐ కెన్ నెవర్ ట్రస్ట్ ఎనీబడి, ఐ కెన్ నెవర్ గో అహెడ్ విత్ దిస్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ మై లైఫ్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్. I'm joking, but it has happened to me also, right? We need to come out of that coma. We might go into it. We are all human. We might go into that coma, but we also need to pull ourselves out at some point. And I'm sure many of you, చాలా మంది విక్టోరియస్గా ఆ స్టోరీని వదిలేసి you would have gone forward. And how did you feel when you said, okay, that happened, but that does not mean మళ్ళీ నా లైఫ్లో అలాగే జరుగుతుంది వేరెవరితో. I can go ahead. I can trust other people in my business. I can trust other friendships. Many times we got something beautiful, right, when we went forward. Many years ago, something which was not pleasant, but it happened. I have the habit of writing diaries since I was 13. And someone sat down, opened all my diaries and read them. నాకు డైరీ రైటింగ్ అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ అ వెరీ హీలింగ్ యాక్టివిటీ, వెరీ కథార్టిక్ యాక్టివిటీ. ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద డే I feel very nice, settled, releasing my stress, relaxed when I write in my diary. After my diaries were read, I could not write. For many days I could not write. Though that person was not nearby, logical mind knows very well that that person is not going to read the diaries. But I had gone into trust coma. For a long time I could not write. And because writing is my relaxing and healing, I was more stressed. I was already stressed that I could not write, and then I was stressed that I could not trust and write. Yeah? However, whether I liked it or I did not, our step, our crossing that line and saying that I will start again, I will trust the world again, I will trust life again. I'm sure you can agree from your own episodes how beautiful it is to grow our trust back in the world. When it comes to trusting others, especially children or our friends, again there's something beautiful that happens. One more story. There were two brothers, 6 years and 10 years. Once they were playing, aartu, they went to the edge of the village. They were busy playing with their ball. The ball fell into the well. The 10-year-old went inside by mistake, trying to catch the ball. And the 6-year-old, the younger brother, pulled him out and saved him. When they came back to the village and told everybody, nobody believed. They said, "Chat, the younger brother must have fallen. Annaya save chesuntadu. Ulta katha cheptunnaru. Ledu, atla jaragaledu. Really, I saved my Annaya." How can a 6-year-old boy pull out a 10-year-old boy and save him? Andaru, they were asking that question. But the two boys were very clear. No, I only saved my elder brother. And the other boy said, I only fell. My younger brother saved me. అసలు ఏం చేయాలా అని అనుకొని అక్కడ village outskirts లో there was a guru. And they asked him, you only tell us. And the guru asked both the boys, who was there when you fell inside the well? Nobody. Nobody, Baba. Nobody? Nobody at all. Then the Baba told all the villagers, వాళ్ళు నిజం చెప్తున్నారు. What, Baba, you also agreeing with a silly story? And Baba said, there was nobody to break their trust in themselves. Any adult was there, they would have told them, hey, chachcha నీ వలన కాదు ఇది. But there was no adult to tell them that they cannot do it. So giving trust to someone is in a way giving them a level to live up to. Mana trust kosame people will live up to our trust. Right? I remember my younger son telling me, ki amma chinnappudu nenu edaina doubt adugte, why are there so many stars in the sky? How many hairs do we have in the hair? You never used to give an answer. You will always ask me, what do you think? And he said, I always used to feel so intelligent, Amma. As if I had the answers. So just trusting another person can mean so much to them and grow them in so many ways. ఒక famous project ఉంది. It was a experimental research project called the Pygmalion Project. దాంట్లో ఏం చేశారంటే, for about 30,000 teachers, I think it was in the US, for about 30,000 teachers, కొత్త కొత్తగా వచ్చే పిల్లలు వాళ్ళ క్లాస్లో కొత్త సంవత్సరంలో జాయిన్ అయ్యే పిల్లలది రిపోర్ట్ కార్డ్స్, ప్రీవియస్ రిపోర్ట్ కార్డ్స్ ఇస్తున్నప్పుడు ఈ అబ్బాయి 30 మార్క్స్ అబ్బాయి, దిస్ బాయ్ ఇస్ 90% బాయ్, దిస్ బాయ్ ఇస్ 60% బాయ్ అని రిపోర్ట్స్ ఇచ్చారు టీచర్స్కి. బట్ యాక్చువల్లీ దే మిక్స్డ్ అప్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. అంటే 90% బాయ్ది 30% అని రాశారు, 60% చైల్డ్ది 20% రాశారు. అట్లా fully they mixed up and they gave the teachers. So in the classroom, the teacher is looking at that child, maybe 30% child, and she's thinking he's 90% child. She's seeing a 90% child who's actually a 30% child. And the most interesting result was, end of the year, whatever reports were given to the teachers, the children got those kind of marks, which means a child who was actually 30%, because the teacher believed and trusted that he was 90%, he was getting 90. A child who was actually 90, because the teacher believed he's 60% potential, he was getting 60%. This is a very famous project called the Pygmalion Project. Teachers kosam idi chesinadi, schools lo, institutions lo chesinadi, but I think it's valid for all of us in life. Really from deep inside our heart, how much trust we have, leave alone others, in ourselves. We will live up to that trust. How much trust we have in someone else, they will live up to that trust. May not happen all the time. Of course, there are times our trust is broken. But those are opportunities to dust ourselves, get up again, and keep going, right? Those are not opportunities to stop, sit down and say, oh my God, that is it, life is over. Picture abhi baki hai. There is lots more of the cinema for us to watch. There are a lot more ups and downs in the journey. But the more we can bounce back with our trust. Oka bomma undi kada, itla untundi, base tanadi పెద్దగా ఉంటుంది, టక్ అని మనం కొడితే ఇట్ విల్ కమ్ బ్యాక్. ఎంత కొడితే ఇట్ విల్ కమ్ బ్యాక్. ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ ట్రిప్ అండ్ ఫాల్. సో ఫాలింగ్ ఈజ్ ఓకే, బట్ బౌన్సింగ్ బ్యాక్ టు అవర్ ట్రస్ట్ is far more important in this journey, is what I have come to understand. If others break your trust, one good thing is to forgive. Maybe difficult, but by carrying all that load on our shoulders, how much extra weight we have in that nice journey, we might as well drop away all those extra suitcases and say, Baba, I will forgive. Naakoddu ivanni inta extra load. Nenu happyga haiga munduku velta for my journey, my goal. Kada? And forgiveness is different from forgetting. Just because you forgave somebody who broke your trust, malli vaale vaste, we don't have to trust them again. Right? We can forgive but not forget. If you really want them to come back, you can wait for them to earn your trust. That's perfectly fine. But waiting for them to mend your heart, it's a very long wait. They may or may not do it. It's our job to mend our heart, and we are very capable of that. So let's grow our own trust in our own selves. So growing the trust is not a blind trust. It's a trust which will also have boundaries. It's a trust which will also have conditions. I like to use this story to convey the idea. Krishna and Shishupala story. Okasari Krishna was insulted in a Swayamvaram. In public, in a beautiful court, he was insulted very badly by Shishupala. And Krishna was so angry, he pulled out his Sudarshana Chakra and was about to cut off Shishupala's head. Shishupala's mother came and pleaded, Krishna, please, he's my only son. Please forgive him. He will not repeat this. I promise. Krishna forgave. He chose to trust. Shishupalani malli trust cheyalani decide చేసుకున్నాడు. కానీ he said, okay, I will give him 100 chances. 100 times more I can take insults from Shishupala. But the 101st time, his head will be gone. And Shishupala, unlike his mother's promise that he will never insult you again, Shishupala kept on insulting Krishna again and again and again on different situations. And Krishna was quietly keeping count. Finally, 101st insult వచ్చినప్పుడు Krishna took out his Sudarshana chakra and without a second thought, he chopped off the head. I believe this is a very beautiful example of trust. It is important to trust ourselves and others around us. But it is equally important to trust with boundaries, to trust with conditions, and like Krishna was keeping account, to constantly be aware whether the other person has really earned our trust, whether the other person is really living up to our trust. Because if we take on this responsibility on ourselves, మనం boundaries decide చేసుకొని, మనం conditions decide చేసుకొని ముందుకు వెళ్తే, we don't feel that, oh, she broke my trust, oh, he broke my trust. Because we have already set the boundaries. We have already set the conditions after which we stop trusting. This is one way to explore. And yes, just like Krishna explained clearly, clearగా చెప్పారు, 100 insults దాకా నేనేం చేయను. Like that, we can always explain clearly to the other person. అది వాళ్ళు బిజినెస్లో ఉండొచ్చు, ఫ్రెండ్షిప్లో ఉండొచ్చు. చూడు, this is something that is not okay with me. This is something that has to be followed like the ethics of our business. If not, these will be the consequences. And then we stick to our consequences. We follow those things. We do not make empty declarations of consequence. Nizanga, we take those necessary actions. Because when we go forward in life, we all work together, we all live together. It is not possible to live without trusting others at all, to live in peace. It is also not possible to trust everybody all the time. We will lose our peace. To find the right balance between trusting, growing trust, and growing ourselves, I think is a beautiful journey. I like to remember the seed. When the seed was sown in the soil, it trusted that one day it will become a big, beautiful tree. So let us trust that our fullest potential in life, దానికి డెఫినెట్గా ఆపర్చునిటీ దొరుకుతుంది to bloom and blossom in this journey. And with that, we come to the end of this episode of Digital Village about growing trust. This is goodbye from me, Deepa Kiran. Namaskaram. See you in another episode. Bye-bye.